All right, welcome to the show. It is your daily top 7 at 7, and I am your host, Virtual Kane. Today is the second day of February in the year 2017. Please enjoy the show. Trump says nothing off the table on Iran as Republicans plan action. President Donald Trump said on Thursday that nothing is off the table in dealing with Iran following its test launch of a ballistic missile. And his fellow Republicans in Congress said they would back him up with new sanctions. Let's see. U.S. expected to impose fresh sanctions on Iranian entities. The United States is expected to impose sanctions on multiple Iranian entities as early as Friday, following Tehran's recent ballistic missile test, but in a way that will not violate the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, sources familiar with the matter said on Thursday. McCain says Russia testing U.S. in Ukraine, urges Trump to hit back. Russia is testing President Donald Trump with a surge of violence in eastern Ukraine, and the U.S. president should give Ukraine the lethal aid it needs to defend against the attacks, Senator John McCain said in a letter to Trump on Thursday. As you may have learned during the show, I have a firm belief that if the United States gives weapons to anybody, doesn't matter who they are in the world, that makes us a weapons dealer, okay? And and not only that, we're supporting war efforts. So I'm not saying that people should be left out in the cold. I'm saying maybe Trump should build a wall in eastern Ukraine and make the Russians pay for it. I don't know. That was horrible impersonation. Reported acrimonious Trump phone call strains Australia-U.S. ties. U.S. ties with staunch ally Australia turned strained on Thursday after reports of an acrimonious phone call between the two leaders emerged, and U.S. President Donald Trump said a deal between the two nations on refugees was dumb. Okay. Yes, acrimonious? How could you ever suspect? Oh. Nobel Peace Prize winners are now critiquing Trump's immigration policy too. This is, something we've seen every single day, and now we are getting the Nobel Peace Prize in Colombia flavor of the day. Russia makes limited exceptions to sanctions on Russian spy agency. The U.S. Treasury Department on Thursday adjusted sanctions on Russian intelligence agency FSB. What does that even mean? They adjusted sanctions. What kind of sanctions did they even have in place? Making limited exceptions to the measures put in place by former President Barack Obama over the alleged cyber attacks. Okay, so Obama put stuff in place, and now, so the Treasury Department is, making their own stylistic choices about how to go about this. Okay, Germany's Gabriel condemned Berlin's handling of Greece in letter. Report. German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel criticized the German government's handling of Greece in a letter he wrote to Chancellor Angela Merkel last month, a newspaper reported on Thursday. I believe we've covered that before too. Scottish Parliament to hold its own vote in triggering Brexit. Scotland's devolved Parliament will vote on the triggering of Article 50, which formally starts the process of Britain leaving the European Union. Even though its vote is not binding, the pro-independence devolved government said on Thursday. It doesn't really matter, our vote doesn't count, but if this gets the ball rolling, here's my autograph. Merkel urges Turkey's Erdogan to uphold freedoms, allow dissent. German Chancellor Angela Merkel stressed the importance of freedom of opinion in talks with Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan on Thursday during a visit meant to help improve frayed ties between the two NATO allies. Iran to blind acid attack woman in retribution punishment? Iran's Supreme Court has ruled that a woman must be blinded in one eye as punishment for an acid attack that left her victim sightless, using the principle of an eye for an eye of Islamic Sharia law, the semi-official Tasnim news agency reported on Thursday. It's pretty savage, guys. I mean, you ever think that maybe the... I'm not going to even go into that. You guys, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I am ready to get in a flame war with somebody. I'm just kidding. I want something to discuss. I want to talk to you guys about what's going on in the world. And I want to know that I'm not, simply going crazy, because it seems like we are being forcefully pushed into a narrow gap. It's like, you remember the old quote from Henry Ford, any color you want as long as it's black. So, all right, guys, I love you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the very next episode of Daily Top 7 at 7 tomorrow.